Alright, welcome back, Generals, to another Let's Fix Generals 0 Hour to make the best game ever. Okay, what do we have here? Notifications, 6 notifications. Some AR guard states have function prototypes instead of function calls. Huh? What? Oh, I believe these are likely errors, and the load post-process function is meant to be calling the onEnter function. Huh. I could not get the game to breakpoint on these in Skirmish. They would need testing in multiplayer. Unexpected or unseen behavior. Well, that's wild. Huh. Huh. Guard outer states. Where is this happening? Load post process. Load post process. Huh. That's indeed wild, huh? Huh? How did that happen? onEnter. That's really weird, yeah. Strange. Yeah. IE internal move to state. Which functions? That's wild. So, state. State onEnter. State continue. That's wild. Offer freeze in main after the other warning phase. Okay. Let me see these guys here. Then I think we can merge this guy. let's refactor. Build. Okay. Squash and merge. Okay. Okay. So then we got this guy here. Add shader, BFME, okay. Confirm squash and merge. Okay. Okay, and this one now has conflicts, so we need to resolve that. Remotes, fetch and prune. Okay. Then we pull latest. Okay, then, oops. I delete these guys. Delete. Delete. Oops, I deleted the wrong one. Okay, let me get this one here and we rebase that on main. Yeah, rebase. Solve conflicts. And I think that looks about right. Let's see. Yeah, looks good. Okay. It is unlikely someone finds it. Okay. Then we will wait for this to build. Yeah. When unified. Okay, let's get back here to this effort now. We have been trying to detect the epilogue or whatever is behind the last return of a function. And we have been struggling to find a solution for it. I don't know how to fix it, how to avoid it. There must be a way. There must be an elegant way. But how? How? After the last return, can we do some tricks where we say we have a return at the end, we have another return. We have n amount of returns in a function. What we could say is the n last return, that we ignore the last return if there was another return before that. That's not very good. It would be good if there was a knob everywhere behind the final return. Then it would be so much easier. Just a simple lousy knob. Oh man. Or int3, whatever. Well, knob is better. Knob is good. Man, why does it have to be so difficult? Just one knob. Are there other return types here? Hold on. Red. Let me see. Red. Iret. What is that? Iret. Red. Sim red. This red. UI red. What? Let me ask, or let me search what that is. Iret. What is that? You don't get any explanation what that means. That sucks. Iret x86. Interrupt return. interrupt return. Okay. Let me ask Helmut. Actually, let me ask him in the. Let me ask him here. Let me see. Replay GUI. Multiple instances. At Helmut, did you explore? Did you explore changing the port instead of the IP? Changing the port of clients instead of the IP. Let me see if he checked that. Okay, I don't know what's going on here with Jesus. I don't know what the IRET is. Interrupt return. I don't know if that's relevant. Simret, sysret. Doesn't seem so relevant. I don't know. Sysret. Return from fast system call. Simret. What? UIRET. User interrupt. User interrupt. Yeah, how can we fix this bullshit? Let me ask our friend ChatGPT again. Leave, red, leave, pop. Yeah. A sliding window. What? A sliding window. Oh, man. Okay, let's look at a few cases. Actually, before, how about we do a filter first here? We add a filter for for similarity. For similarity, how do we do that? ImGui app. So we need to filter for the matches. How do we do that? Filter. Oh boy, how do we implement the filter again? I hope it's not so hard. Let me see. There should be. Let's search for filter. Filter. Comparison manager bundles filter functions filter. Functions filter. Yeah. Functions filter. Yeah, okay, yeah, here are the checkboxes. Right. Selection changed. Yeah. Set function. Indices filter. Draw filter. Selection change. Checkbox. Draw filter. I think it's in here. Function indices filter. Here. Set external filter condition. How does that work? Selection changed. Bool selection changed. False. Set external filter condition. Set true if the filter callback has more than just the text to filter with. Okay. Right. So what we can do is we add here we add a ImGui let me open the demo window real quick. We are looking for something like this here. Here. Like this. Tools. We can from 0 to 100. Yeah. Tools, item picker, and we pick this guy. Yeah. And then we go to call stack, drag int, drag scalar here. Aha. This guy. Yeah, always clamp. This guy, drag int. Drag int. Okay. Then we go to our imgui app and we add a drag int. We call it max or min max. Yeah, max similarity. Max similarity. And then we take a here int imgui min max similarity value, and we put that to 100. Let me see where this guy is being reset. Nowhere. Okay. Update function interactions. Filter callback. Aha. Filter callback is matched. Thing we can do here, if file dot max similarity value shit, where do we get that value from? That's a good question. File dot how do we get the shit? How do we get the shit. How do we get how do we get the similarity value? Oh, we need to figure that out. Okay, but here we can do file dot similarity imgui max similarity value. What is this one here? Drag int speed value speed. Speed. Drag int. Looks like this should be a 1.0f. Oops. Drag int. Yeah. Okay. And does it return anything? Yeah, a bool. So we say selection changed that. And we say or fire, let's see, is smaller than 100. We should probably enable Clang here. Clang format. Yeah, better not, because then I mess with the other projects. Yeah. It's strange that you cannot set up different formatter for different projects, right? It's always global. That's weird, yeah. Like here, I would like to have the Clang format enabled because this project is set up to be. And for the other, I would have it disabled, but when I paste, there should be somewhere format on save or something like that. Format. Who knows where that setting is? I can never find these things because the way these menus are designed is so counterintuitive. It's ridiculous. Like there somewhere is an option where you can save on save, format on save, but it's not here with these options. It's somewhere else. Is it part of? Is it part of this one? Could be. Editor. Here, format after paste. I thought that there's a format on save. Underlying. No, it must be somewhere else. The question is where. There somewhere is a setting, format on save or something like this. But it's an option that you cannot find if you search for it. It's really weird. Text editor, advanced. It's not here. It's not here. It is somewhere, but it's somewhere hidden so that you don't find it. Yeah. They design it in a way that you don't find this setting. But it is somewhere. But I always keep forgetting where it is. Every time I look at this, I never find it again. Yeah. I don't know who designs this kind of stuff. Because here we have everything enabled, right? The Clang format is enabled. right? Blah, blah, blah. What we can do is we can manually select it and then Alt F. That works. Yeah. Yeah. Oof. Jesus Christ. Options. The stuff that we have already submitted, that should be fairly safe, right? Let me see. This guy is disassembled. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Okay, let's get back to code. So we need to so the IMGUI similarity value. Good. So IMGUI similarity value. Good. So here we set it. That's fair. Here we check it. Or smaller than 100. Okay. So this looks good to me. This looks good. This probably will work here, but here we have a problem. Here we need to somehow get this similarity value for the function. How do we get that? There's a matched function. Matched function here. Matched function is matched. Is matched function. Okay. Is matched. Match infos. Match infos here. And that contains, it is matched, matched index. How do we get from this one the match info? Aha, UI info. Match info is matched. UI info, list item UI info. Similarity, there we go. Similarity. Named function UI info. Okay, function index. Okay. So we're looking at UI info, named function UI infos. File, function index. Is this a function index or what is this here? Named functions index. Seems to be. Not sure why this is called index and not function index. Okay, what is this here? This one belongs to file. File. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oof. File. But why did it delete the type? What is this? File. There we go. UI info. Okay, UI info, and then we say if let's move this down here. If UI info dot similarity dot has value if has value and similarity is smaller than this value. The similarity, what type is it? U and 8T. Yeah, okay, that's fair. Okay, so if that is smaller than this, then return false, right? I can do a little bit of spacing here to make it easier to read. It's matched, yeah. Will this work? Maybe. Well, we keep it tight. How about that? This looks ambitious, but it could work. Let's see. Yeah. Good. So we load. Yeah. Let's see. It's strange that here it says already loaded PDB. then it's still busy. Strange. Ah, because it's single threaded. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so now we have here a max similarity, which is a pretty huge slider. Yeah. Max similarity. Yeah. And we need to wait. Yeah. Okay, and now we should be able to... Huh, that doesn't work correctly. It shouldn't show anything here. Huh? So if we set it to 99... Huh? If we set it to 99, we get 16,000. And then we increase it, and then the number increases again. Huh? What? What is happening there? Oh, what did I do? Oh. That's some noob logic, isn't it? Huh? Let me put a breakpoint here. How's that possible? UI info. So, similarity. Similarity, 95. 95. Okay, so it has value. Named function, index 0. Oh. Index 0. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, name functions, name functions, UI infos. UI info, special power, update module. Oh, but this is different. Huh? Special power update module. Huh? Okay, I'm a bit confused here right now. Huh? Is matched function. Hold on. It is a named function index. Huh? No. Source. I. Shit. I don't understand. Special power update module. Huh? Let me go to watch. Let me clean the watch here. Boom. Boom. And boom. Get file name. Get file. Okay, here it matches actually. Okay, never mind then. Never mind. Okay. Okay. Get file name. Okay, this looks correct. Okay. Similarity is 100. So if oh, the condition is inverted. We need to check if this is smaller than that. There we go. That's some noob shit here. Good, so let's try again. Good, load. Let's see what's new here. I initially wanted to do it with different ports, but there are several issues. The players are identified in the code only via IP. No other real identifier. Changing that would involve a lot of code. I can confirm that observation. There are several ports used already. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I think it's for player discovery via broadcast, for lobby communication, and for communication during the game. If you want to change ports, you have to touch all these places instead of just one in the UDP layer. If you want to use an individual port for each peer also has to listen on multiple ports. That means instead of just one, every peer has to open and maintain multiple sockets. So I only see downsides to using ports, no upsides. But I also don't understand what the problem with this PR is. I put quite some effort into it, make it work. And for the diff to be so small, the only downside I see that it cannot be used to connect with the retail client locally. But I think that's just impossible to implement. I already took a look at it. Do you I can confirm the observation that using ports would involve much more code changes. What are your projected disadvantages? What are the estimated disadvantages? What are the estimated disadvantages of broadcasting all messages, if any, of broadcasting all messages to all players? I suspect traffic will be quite a bit larger. During matches. Traffic will be quite a bit larger since every client receives all communications, all packages. And good. Let's click on compare. Okay, we go to a single bundle. And now it works. Fantastic. Okay, so this allows us to see like the really bad matches. Yeah. Let's do a match strictness lenient. Looks like the leniency also needs to update this guy. Yeah. Launch volley. Okay, so we set it to 99%. So there are 105 functions, which aren't quite a exact match. Interesting. Very interesting. So if we make this a bit smaller. Yeah, how can we fix return stuff here? Actually surprised that this would incur such a big diff here. XCCX. Because this looks identical here. Test EAX. Not quite. Okay, so I still don't know how we can solve this problem. Yeah. Max similarity. Max similarity. Um, um, Max similarity 99. Okay, so good. Let me add this functionality that we have so far. So this guy looks good. This looks good. Is that it? Just these? MGUI app. GUI drag int make similarity. Yeah, okay. Good. Implement max similarity filter for functions. Or functions list. Okay. Then, yeah, the question is, do we have any idea how we can solve this particular problem here? I don't know. I don't know. So there is a return at the end, and there is some garbage behind it. Push, push, push. It's weird that it's weird that there's no other return down here. So I would have assumed that it cuts off at this return. But somehow it doesn't do that. Why not? I don't understand. Pie. How can we solve this, man? Return. Mnemonic return. Down here. I don't understand. Nope. Return. Last return. Last return index. So we have 105 now. 105 guys. 105. Yeah. Okay, what if we remove this condition here? What happens then? The heck? Okay. Okay, now this is significantly more. 857. It's much, much more. So we did cut it down a bit. Yeah. Interesting. Instruction address. Debug end address. Yeah. So this is now at 857. What if we remove this one here and test that again? Let me comment this one out as well. Sentry drone. Did not mismatch. Not sure if countermeasures were explicitly used. Array vehicles. Okay, so this gives 6,837. Holy shit. Ah, hold on. Match strictness, lenient. Okay. Huh. I have the impression the filter does not correctly apply after applying this. Huh? Okay, so 1,145. It is more than before, yeah. Case. Switch. Default case. There's a knob. It would be great if this knob was everywhere after every return. Yeah. Okay, but the knob seems to be a good strategy. At least something. Yeah. But the other guys, I don't know how to deal with this bullshit. There are returns here. So it seems like what we have done here, it helps a lot, but it's not the holy grail either. Yeah. So this helps, and this helps as well, and this helps as well, but there's still stuff left. Yeah. Debug end address. Okay, so 99%. Huh. Now it shows 924. Huh? Did it update or not? mean, we would also know where the end is if we followed all control flows in the function, right? If we followed all jumps to yeah. If we follow all jumps, then yeah, I think we would know the boundaries of a function by following all jumps and stopping at returns, right? But how would we program that? Yeah. So basically, we would walk from the beginning, and every time we encounter a jump, then we do this jump, and we do all combinations. We walk all combinations, all possible jumps, and yeah, the biggest byte that this leads to would be the end of the function. Huh. Yeah. That would work, yeah. But how would we implement that? Oof. Yeah, we would need to debug and address. How can we walk this? How can we walk? We would move. So every time we encounter a jump, we then I think we would need to have a post process. So we is jump, is jump, is jump, is call. Jump is call. That's a bigger question. How to do that? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, we would need to jump all possible directions. Instruction card. Can we move this? Yeah. Yeah, so what we can do is once we have all the instructions, we then walk from the beginning. We need to track the returns. Yeah. We need to track the returns. Let me remove this here. This. call. Let's add another here. Is jump, is return, instruction, mnemonic, red, red, d, red q, and seam red. What is seam red? Seam red. Seam red. Return to legacy BMX root operation. What? Trust domain, probably. This red. This red. Okay, let's say these are our returns. There. Is jump, is call. If not, is call. Let's say if is return, is return, else if say ASM instruction is return, is jump, bool is return, 1. Instruction is a return. Is return false. Okay. Then here we would say ASM instruction dot is return true. Yeah. Let me put a breakpoint in here. Yeah. So now we have the returns recorded, the calls, the jumps, but we don't. Yeah, I think that's enough. Yeah. Well, yeah, I think that's probably good enough. Yeah. I mean, theoretically, there could also be jumps from outside functions into a function, but I think that's very unlikely. Yeah, that's very unlikely. I think this could be good enough. So we need a function that walks the instructions and figures out where the natural end is, the furthest end down the bytes. Yeah, the furthest end. Yeah, and that should work, right? Maybe, yeah. We can try to implement this. Yeah. With dreams. I have idea. We can walk function instructions and look where all the local jumps go and what the last what the well if the local jumps go and but we need there was a conditional jumps. Hold on. If not is call. Why do we check is not call? Are these all conditional jumps except for GMP? Let me see. Let me ask ChatGPT. It should be quicker. Which x86 jump instructions are not conditional? I should say the JMP, but maybe there are more. JMP call, jump far, jump near, jump short. Wait, is this jump short or what is it? JN, is that a thing? JN, no. JF, is that a thing? No, what is JS? x86 JS instruction. What is that? What does JS do? JS will jump if the sign flag is set. Okay, so it's also conditional. Okay, so it's jump, 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 just jump. These are not unconditional. So everything that is not JMP, yeah, okay. So everything that is not JMP is conditional. That is not JMP is conditional. Almost, but not quite. JMP is pure unconditional, but there are other instructions that unconditionally transfer control. Which ones? Yeah, call, that's something else. It returns. That's not really a jump. That's also not jump. That's not jump. Int. It's an interrupt. Yeah, but that doesn't really count. No. Why is this called a jump? That's not a jump. That's like an exit. It's like a return. This call. This red. This exit. Jump. Is jump. Let's do bool bool is unconditional jump. JMP. JMP, boom, done. Okay, and then we go, let me discuss this here. I have an idea. We can walk function instruction and look where all the local jumps go and where the most bottom return instruction will be according to where the flow can reach. Yeah, I think that would work. Would just need to be implemented. So unconditional jump will then always jump. Conditional means that we have to branch, like we have to once take the jump and then keep on moving. That means we need to have some sort of, we need to implement a, we need to implement I wonder. How about we say is unconditional jump, and then we have another bool is conditional jump, and there we take all these guys except this jump, and then is jump we do return is unconditional jump instruction or is unconditional jump instruction. Yeah, I think that is good. Yeah, let me format this here. Yeah, I think we can do that. And then here we would say let me do, here we can do a little nicer refactor. Zion status equals this. Zion success status. Oof. It's not so much nicer. Maybe if we make it a bit shorter, stats. No. Doesn't work. Status. Is jump length, downcast, offset, jump length, offset. So here we would need to say is jump. Instruction is a jump. Let me do bool is jump const. Return is conditional jump or is unconditional jump. Okay. Then we do here conditional jump, unconditional jump is a conditional jump, JMP is an unconditional jump. And here we do false, false. Oh, looks pretty tight. And then we do is jump to string, is jump is jump and jump and jump and another. Okay. Okay. And then here, save all. And then function is jump is we say ASM instruction dot is conditional jump. We do if not is call. We say if is jump is unconditional jump instruction, then instruction info. Then we do is unconditional jump equals true, else let's do this and that and that and that, and then we say assert. We say assert is conditional jump And then ASM is conditional jump true. There we go. Yeah, this would be the setup for getting the jump and return information, and then we would still need to implement how to walk that thing. Yeah. Let's see if none of the asserts the hit. Yeah. Load all. Right, Helmut. I will help you finalize the fake IP change. Just very busy. So I'm just slowly catching up with your work. Good. Compare. Good. So we have a hit here. Yeah. So this should be one of the two. JZ. So that's a conditional jump. Okay. Let me remove this breakpoint. Here we have a return. Red. Yeah. Red. Let me put a breakpoint for inform mnemonic is not red. Conditions dot mnemonic is not, oh boy, how do we write that? Zidus mnemonic red. Is that correct? Oof. It does hit this assert. Loop. What is loop? What is this? What is loop? Loop. Huh? Loop instructions. What? Loop. Decrements and checks if that condition is met. It jumps at specified label. Decrements and checks that it's not 0 and ZF is set. It jumps at label. What? Is that another jump thingy? Decrement count jump short. Huh. Okay. Loop is conditional jump. Loop. What the hell is that bullshit? I've never seen that before. Loop loop ne. There's no loop Z here. At least not that I see. Loop Z. Loop Z. Doesn't exist. Just these here. Okay. And what does loop do? Decrement count, jump short if count is not 0. Okay, so it's also conditional. That's interesting. Okay, but if it's just these 3 guys, then let me just add these guys here. It comes after J, right? Interesting. 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 Good. Jesus Christ. The cause of the staff issues. What staff issues? Thank you for your work. This is very, very important stuff you do. Okay, so good. Click here. Yeah. Good. So then let's see if we can hit. Iret D. Look at that. That does hit. Huh. Huh. Iret D. I wonder if it also hits an Iret D. Okay, let me conditions and not Iret D. Close. Okay, that looks promising. It's very slow because of this breakpoint here. Software breakpoints are so expensive. It's outrageous. This is so outrageous how slow this is. Okay, I think I will take a break when this check is done, and then oh shit, got another. Ooh. Because we now have right. Okay, yeah, this is expected because we now have the invalid instructions back again. Yeah, that's fine, that's fine. Good. Okay, but this seems to be fine here for now. All good. Yeah. Good. Then next time we work on this, we can implement this walker, instruction walker, and if we implement this correctly, it should work. Should. Yeah, we will see. We'll see. Okay, but we have all the ingredients in place for this, I would say. So I should be able to implement it. Yeah. All right. Then I will end the session here. And I wish you a great day or night. Until next time, goodbye.